हेलो एवरीवन, दिस इज़ अनिकेत एंड बहुत टाइम से मेरा वीडियो नहीं बना है. इट्स बिकॉज आई वाज बिजी ऑन माय ओन इवेंट एंड recently I have come across this problem that my students are not able to make profits though they are organizing events on ground level, on a city level or a district level, but the event is either going into break even or they are going into losses. Now why is this happening is what we need to first figure out. For any event to organize, it is very important that we make the budget in advance. We need to know that. So what is profit? Profit is basically expenses and whatever income which is getting. So let's say we are spending around 50,000 and we are getting an income about 60,000, then we are making a profit of 10,000. But if you are not calculating your expenses in advance, and on the event day when you are overspending, let's say you get 50,000 and you spend around 60,000, 10k from your own pocket, thinking that on the event day you will gain some money, but that is not happening, then you are going in loss. And these losses are not happening during the event. These are the sudden losses which are happening on the event day or post event. So how can we counter that is the biggest question which I have come across. I will not go into exact expenses, but I will try to break up that what is the schedule, or I would like to put it into a percentage system, that in this percentage if the expenses are fitting, then you go ahead. If they are not, then you should look for some other vendors or you should look for some other options. Okay, in event, what are these are the sports events, and let's say we are doing a city level or a district level event. What are the major expenses, or what are the major departments in which we have to make the expenses? We'll list down that first. Okay, the topic is how to make profit in sports event. Profit in sports events. Let's assume it's a district level event, and on an average, let's say around in between 8 to 16 teams we are working on this category. Mostly these kind of events will be of a budget of around 50k. Let's say 50, we will work around 50k figure, so that you will be able to understand, and once you are able to understand, then you will be able to make your budget yourself. In any event, the major expenses which we will be occurring is rental. Now, what is this rental? Suppose you want to organize a football or cricket tournament, then you will require the pitch on rent, right? I'm assuming you don't own the pitch yourself. Then these are one of the biggest expenses, and you should try to pin it down less than 30%. So let's say if 50k is your budget, 30% of 50k will be somewhere around 15k budget in ratio, and these are particulars. Second most expensive thing, which is equipments. For any event you will require equipments. Let's say you want, for cricket you need bat, ball, stumps, etc, etc, and of course you will be giving some trophies or certificates, so you will require some products or equipments. So equipments budget should be not exceeding 20%. For this case, if we are doing a 50k budget event, 10k will be the amount. After these two, the third biggest expenses which are there is operations cost. Of course, to execute event you will require manpower, you will require people to call, you will require people to you will require referees to handle the match situation, umpires, etc, etc. So your operations cost should not exceed more than 20%. In this case it will be 10k. Now how will you be able to execute the event if you don't even have teams? So you require teams, right? You require teams as in sales. So so basically you are charging some entry fee. If you want them to participate in your tournament, then they have to pay some entry fee. From that entry fee you are trying to organize these events. So if you don't have the sales, that means if you are targeting for 16 teams event and you turn up only 12 teams, then of course your sales are not in place. So marketing sales should not be more than 10% of your budget. In this case, it should be 5k. Now, after the, let's suppose you have the sales in place, you have your operations team, management, everything is place. But what's the use if you're not able to show it to the world? Of course, it's an event. You want reels to go out, you want it to get famous. Otherwise, next year again, you will be hunting for teams. You want to build a brand. So, for branding, you should have a budget of 10%. In this case, it will be 5k. Now, if you calculate, more than 90% is already spent. What is this rest 10% for? That's your profit. I know it's less, but that's the starting point. So your profit should be 10%. In this case, it will be 5k. If you move in this ratio, trust me, you will never go in loss. These aspects will cover all the elements which you will be spending, and if your budget is in place, that means you are not spending over the budget, then everything will be in place. So next time if you are facing any issues in organizing event, you can let me know. I will help you with it. Thank you.